The ultimate purpose of solving and explaining is to make your job easier. I'll keep everything into your palms of your hand. If you watch and practice, you'll get perfection. I want you to benefit and develop your style of solving. As much as you practice, the best you gain and pull up your confidence. And coming to today's video, that is on conformal transformation, and the problems today are related to bilinear transformation. See here, find the bilinear transformation which maps 1 plus I minus I 2 minus I of the image of t of the z plane into 0 1 I in w plane. And next one, find the bilinear transformation which transforms the points z is equal to 2 comma 1 comma 0 into w is equal to 1 comma 0 comma I respectively. So both are equally important. See, these are the repeatedly asked questions. I am going to give the solution for each and every question. See here, find the bilinear transformation which maps the vertices, that is 1 plus I. See here, this is 1 plus I, this is minus I, this is 2 minus I in the z plane into, that is 0 1 I into the w plane. So these two are, these are the general points and these are the image points here. See, first of all, how to remember this one. So I'm taking this as z1, this as z2 and this as z3. So initially I'm adding z on both sides. And next one, this one is w1, this is w2 and this is w3. I am adding w on both sides. See here how to remember this formula. See, in order to remember this formula, so we have to take the first 4 points z, z1, z2, z3. See here, this is z minus z1, and next one, this is z2 minus z3 divided by. See here, later we have to take these 4 points z1, z2, z3, z4. So this will be z1 minus z2 and next one z3 minus z. So here also the same thing. First of all, we have to take the 4 points, that is w minus w1 and this is w2 minus w3 divided by. Later we have to take the 4 points, that is w1 minus w2 and this is w3 minus w. See, now I have to substitute all the values here, as this is z1, z2, z3, this is w1, w2 and w3. See, this will be z minus. What is z1 here? This one is z1. So this is minus 1 minus I after subtracting. What is z2? z2 is minus I minus, so this one, this will be minus 2, minus of minus plus 2. Clear? Divided by. So now we have to take all these 4 points here. This is z1 minus z2. See here, I have to substitute z1 minus z2. This will be 1 plus I minus, so this is minus I. So this will be plus. And the next one z3 minus z. So this is 2 minus I minus z. Clear? And next one w minus w1. So w minus 0. And this will be 1 minus I. And later, so this will be 0 minus 1 and this is 1 minus w, sorry, I minus w. Now see here, I am keeping all the z at one position and constants at one position. So this is z minus 1 minus I, and here this is, if I take minus common, this will be z, this is minus 2 and this is plus 2. And see here, this is plus I and minus I got cancelled. This value is minus 2. This is 2I plus 1. So here this is w, this is 1 minus I divided by. So if I take minus common, w minus I and this is minus 1. Clear? Now this is minus into minus plus and this is minus minus got cancelled. And later see here z minus 1 minus I. So this is z minus 2 plus I, and here this is 2 times of, I am sending, so there is nothing to send here, that is 1 into 2 is 2, and see here this is 2 minus I plus 1, I am bringing this 1 minus I to other side, and this is going to become w by, this is w minus I. Clear? So this is z minus 1 minus I divided by, this is z minus 2 plus I into, so if I multiply, see here, this will be 2I. And if you see, this is minus 2, I square is minus 1 plus 1. So if I multiply, this is plus 1. If I multiply, this is minus I. This is w by, this is w minus I. Clearly, if you see, this is z minus 1 minus I into 2 times of, this is z minus 2 plus I, and this value is 2I minus I is I, and this value is 2 plus 1, the value here is 3. This is w by, this is w minus I. Clear? Now I am going to multiply this. So if I multiply, what happens here? So this will be 2 times of. So if I multiply with 2, this is 2z minus 2 minus 2I. And later, see, if I multiply these two with 3 plus I. So this will be, see here, this will be zi. This value is zi plus 3z. And if I multiply, this is 2i minus 6, and if I multiply I square minus 1, and this value is 3i is equal to, this is w by, this is w minus I. And see, the next thing here which I am going to solve is, this is 2z minus 2 minus 2i divided by, see here there is zi here, and clearly this is minus 2i plus 3i. See here, zi plus 3z plus I, and this value is minus 7. So this is w by, this is w minus I. So now if I make a reciprocal, see here, if I make a reciprocal, then numerator and denominator got interchange, that is zi plus I plus 3z minus 7 divided by, this value is 2z minus 2 minus 2I is equal to, this is w minus I by w. So if I separate this w here, then see what happens, zi plus I plus 3z minus 7 divided by, this is 2z minus 2 minus 2I is equal to, w by w is 1 minus, this is minus I by w. So if I send this I by w to other side, so, and this term to this side, this will be 1 minus, this is a zi plus I plus 3z minus 7 divided by, this value is 2z minus 2 minus 2I. So here this is I by w times of. So if I take an LCM here as 2z minus 2 minus 2I. So if I multiply, this will be 2z minus 2 minus 2I. If I multiply with minus, this will be minus zi minus I minus 3z. This value is plus 7. So here this is I by w times of. So if you see here, this is 2z 3z. So this is minus z. So this value is minus z. So here this is minus zi. So this is minus zi. So if you observe this one, this is minus 2i, this is minus 2i minus I. So this is minus 3i. So this value is minus 3i. And next, what else remained here? So this is minus 2 and plus 7. So the value here is plus 5. So this value is plus 5 divided by, see here, everything is completed. This is 2z minus 2 minus 2i. So again, if I make a reciprocal here, so this is w by I is equal to, this is 2z minus 2 minus I divided by minus z minus zi minus 3I plus 5. So here, now see, if I send this I to other side, so we'll be getting the value of w. This will be 2zi minus 2I minus 2. I square is minus 1. This value is plus 2. This is minus z minus zi minus 3I plus 5 plus 5. And see here, if I take minus common and send to the numerator, this is going to become, so this value is going to become, if I take z, so this is 2I plus, if I take 2 common, this will be 1 minus I divided by, so if I take minus common, this will be z times of z plus zi. This is plus 3I, this is minus 5. See here, so therefore w is equal to, so if I send z to the numerator, z times of minus 2i, and this is, if I multiply with minus, I will come front, 2 times of I minus 1 divided by, so if I take z common, this will be 1 plus I plus this value is 3i minus 5. So this is directly from the textbook here. So this is the textbook answer. So this is very easy if you solve along with me. Thank you so much for watching. And here is another question which is also very important. Therefore, I am clearly writing W value as z times of minus 2i plus 2 times of I minus 1 divided by z times of, this is 1 plus I plus 3i minus 5. So this is the solution here, and this is also very important. See, as usual, so we have to take these 4 points and these 4 points here. First of all, we have to take the 4 points in the numerator, and later we have to take the next 4 points in the denominator. Likewise, we have to substitute each and every value. So after substituting each and every value, and this will be the final answer. Our next question here is also same like this. So find the bilinear transformation which transforms the point z is equal to 2 comma 1 comma 0. So here the points are, z points are, that is 2 comma 1 comma 0. So again I am taking z here, this is 1 comma 0 comma 1. So these are the points from the w plane. I am taking w on either sides, and see, as usual, so first of all we have to consider this value as z1, z2 and z3, and this is w1, this is w2 and w3, and so this is w1 w, and next we have to take z as z. And now how to remember this formula? First of all, we have to consider all the 3 points here, that 4 points here, z, z1, z2, z3. So this is z, z1, this is z2, and this is z3 divided by, later we have to consider all the remaining 4 points from z1, that is z1, z2, z3 and z. So how to remember this? So this is z minus z1, and next one z2 minus z3, z1 minus z2 and z2 minus z3, same as it is. First of all, we have to consider the 4 points, w, w1, this is w2 and this is w3, and later we have to consider from w1. So w1, this is w2, this is w3 and this is w. See how to frame this formula: w minus w1, this is w2 minus w3, w1 minus w2 and w3 minus w. And now we have to substitute all the 4 points here, that is z minus 2. So this is a z minus 2 and this is 1 minus 0, z minus 2, 1 minus 0. From the denominator we have to take 2 minus 1, so divided by, this is 2 minus 1 and this is 0 minus z. Clear? And next here also the same thing. First of all, we have to consider the 4 points, that is w minus 1 and this is 0 minus I divided by, this is 1 minus 0 and this is I minus w. So I am keeping z at one place and constants at one place. This is z minus 2 and this is minus z. 1 minus 0 is 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. And here this is w minus 1. So if I take minus common, this is w minus I. So this is minus I. So the value here is minus I. So this value is 1. And now we have to cancel this one. So which one we have to cancel? So I'm going to cancel this minus and this minus. And next one, see here. Now this is z minus 2 by z, and this value if I multiply with minus, this will be minus wi, minus of minus plus, this value is I and this value is w minus I. And see clearly what we have to do. So I'm going to make a component on dividendo method. So if I apply component on dividendo by applying componendo and dividendo, see here, this will be z minus 2 plus z and this is z minus 2 minus z. And see here, so this is going to become minus wi plus I plus w minus I by minus wi plus I, this is minus w this value is plus I. And see, this if I cancel, so this is going to become 2z minus 2. So this is 2z minus 2 by this value is minus 2, and this value is, see here, if I take w common, this will be 1 minus I, and this got cancelled. And see, this one also, so this if I take minus w common, this is 1 plus I, and this value is 2I. Clear? Now if I take 2 common and cancel, see what happens here. So if I take 2 common cancel, this is z minus 1 by minus 2, and this is w times of 1 minus I by minus w by this is 1 plus I plus 2I. And see, if I cancel this one, what happens here? This is minus z plus 1. And this value is going to become, so if I multiply, this is going to become w minus wi minus, see here, this is minus w minus wi plus 2I. So if I make a cross multiplication, this is minus z plus 1 into minus w minus wi plus 2I is equal to, this is w minus wi. So if I multiply, see here, this will be zw, this is zw, minus of minus plus zwi, and this is minus 2zi, and this is minus w, this is minus wi, and this value is 2I is equal to w minus wi. And see, if I take w common from all these terms, so these are all the w terms. So if I take w common or bring it to one side, zw plus this is zwi minus w minus wi, and this is minus w. So if I send it to this one, so this is wi, which is equal to, if I send all these z terms to other side, so this will be 2zi, this is 2zi minus 2I. So now I am going to take z common here. If I take, sorry, w common, this will be z plus this is zi, this is minus 1 minus I, this is minus 1, so this is minus 1, this value is plus I, plus I is equal to, so if I take, see here, 2I common, so this will be z minus 1. And see, now I can cancel psi and minus I, and see here, this is w times of, if I take z common, this will be 1 plus I, and if I take, so this is minus 2, so this is minus 2, so this is 2I times of z minus 1. So here, if I send to other side, then w value is equal to 2I times of, this is z minus 1 by z times of, this is 1 plus I minus 2. So this is z plus, that is, see here, this is 2I times of z times of 1 minus I, this is minus 2I. So if I multiply with my I on both sides, then see what happens here. So this is I square minus 1, this is minus 2 times of z minus 1 divided by, if I multiply with zi, so this is going to become zi times of, this is 1 plus I minus 2I. This is minus 2I. So w value is equal to minus 2z. This value is plus 2 by, so if I multiply, so this will be zi, this will be zi, and this is minus z. So I square is minus 1. So this is 2 into I. So this value is 2 into I. Therefore, w value is equal to minus 2z plus 2 by. So here, which one? If I take z common, this is I minus 1 minus 2I. So this is how we have to solve. This is so simple if you follow these steps along with me. So whatever might be the question here, the formula is ready here. So it is very easy to remember, and after substitution also, after applying component and dividendo method and making a cross multiplication and bringing w to one side and z to another side, so we'll be getting a w value. So this is how we have to solve. Both are very, very important. I have given you a solution. If you don't connect for the first time, please don't misunderstand and go for the second time to watch the video, and definitely you will get a perfection. And I'm sure it's going to be easy for you if you watch and have some patience, and definitely you can score more in your examination. If you really like, you know what to do, Please pass it on to as many friends as you can, because they also need it. So they might be searching. And see here, that's the great help from your side, from your for your friends. Thank you so much and staying till the end.